Um, Hi, welcome to Somebody Save Me podcast. This is Taylor. This is my co-host Joseph, and now we are gonna get into Smallville. Here we go.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Is that good? By the way, I felt cool when doing that intro.
That was a little nice, bro. I'm not gonna lie. It felt really good. Yeah, so we are back this week, and we have the episode Cool, Season 1, Episode 5 of Smallville. Like my friend Taylor said here, it's gonna be a little cool, like that intro.
There is nothing that's gonna be cool about this. So when going into this, I was actually looking forward to it because on the synopsis, this is about Lana Clark's first date.
Yep.
So I'm all about, I told you at the beginning, I'm the rom-com. I want to be able to watch the romance build.
Oh, hell yeah, bro.
So I really was looking forward to this episode, and I thought it being titled Cool. I'm not going to lie. I was expecting maybe like some celebrities to appear. I thought a concert where I would see a band perform, but I didn't get any of that.
Bro.
Instead, I got a creepy guy who... I don't know what his powers are. I don't know what his
that
ability is.
That is something we need to talk about, for sure.
I got nothing.
Dude, yeah, what are his powers? You got me thinking.
Don't worry.
Yeah, we're going to have to talk about that.
Yeah, because the pattern on which his abilities work don't add up whatsoever. Sometimes whenever he touches something, it's perfectly okay. Other times when he touches something, it completely freezes over. It makes no sense. And I'm just so lost by it because they make it seem like, oh, no, he has to think about it in order for it to freeze. But spoiler alert, he doesn't think about it when he turns his own ability against himself.
Right.
So what am I missing? Things don't add up.
Yeah.
2 + 2 = 5 in this Smallville episode.
I also want to mention how you're thinking celebrities and people got this budget on episode 5, bro.
Well, yeah. We're going into this now. This is episode 5, so obviously the budget has been building. We have now gathered
We've
gathered some audience. We're gonna put some money into this. That's what I'm expecting. I at least expect again a band. Give me a band. I thought I was gonna get a band,
dude. Speaking of that, we don't even get good music again.
No. There is one good song. There's one good song. Don't worry, we'll get to that
too. Is it the N one?
No. It's not the N one. The N one's okay, but no, there's another one. Another one.
All right, cool. Well, that gets me a little bit excited because I personally already told you I did not really enjoy this episode.
Why didn't you enjoy it?
It's just there's parts I like and there's parts I don't. And
all right,
the majority of what I don't is part of the a whole episode.
This or Hothead for you?
Oh, no, I'll take this.
Okay. So it's not on that level.
Yeah,
for you.
Cool is much cooler than Hothead.
All right. See? Okay.
Yeah, it douses Hothead by a mile.
You had at least a cool head in this episode.
All right, dude. Start it off.
All right, we are starting it off right now.
Let's get it.
So we have to write down. It's already a pause.
Yeah, it's already a pause.
I'm sorry. So Joseph, what are you calling this,
dude?
Are you calling it now Kryptonite Frozen Lake Power?
No. I wrote it down.
You gotta have had something better than me.
No, I had it. I was just like, I was pretty much obvious with it on how it looks. Kryptonite Lake.
You called it just Kryptonite. But you're not saying Kryptonite Frozen Lake?
Oh, yeah, no, I put in parentheses frozen.
Okay.
Because I probably forgot to put it. Kryptonite, frozen Kryptonite Lake?
Frozen Kryptonite Lake. It has, yes, if there's a Kryptonite Frozen Lake and you fall into it, you are getting powers. That is what I'm assuming.
And even when watching it, I was kind of making draws against the Lazarus Pit. If you kind of think about it, it's like a little small. I feel like it's a little bit of a nod. It's very similar to how it works. You know what I mean?
That's not a bad. And because in a way, if you were to fall into the Lazarus Pit, you don't know what you're going to be coming back reborn. You hope that it's yourself,
exactly.
But at the same time, you could be coming up back as a monster. You know what, man? I actually love that. I think that is brilliant. I'm
Mhm.
with that. If the Lazarus Pit was in a frozen lake pond in Smallville, then hell yeah, we got it.
Yeah, it's a Lazarus Pit idiot younger brother or something. Like this is that equivalent, I guess.
The idiot younger brother of the Lazarus Pit.
Yeah.
All right, jumping back into the episode now, we have a party.
The classic early 2000s. Oh, we have these big parties in the middle of nowhere and no one knows or can hear anything.
So this is a school night, though, correct?
I would assume so.
Because next day they're at school.
Yeah.
So this is a school night that is taking place for this type of bonfire. And all it's about is just horny teens. That's
Even Chloe mentions that.
Yes.
She's like, all they do is just come here for alcohol and hookups.
And
You know what
hookups.
I'm saying? And then, of course, Clark calls her out and is just like, wasn't that why you're here, Chloe?
She wanted to come to the party.
Yeah.
And then she criticizes people, and it's because she wants to really be that bad girl in this episode.
Oh, yeah.
She does.
Yeah,
and the
yeah, yeah.
whole, all right, Clark, I'll see you later. I'm going to go sit by the fire now by myself. You know what that's called? I'm just the bait. I hope somebody comes and takes me.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. She's about to go work and make her moves. Yeah, thank you for pausing right there.
I will.
I like the little nod she puts. Oh, were you from an ice planet? Or you must be freezing.
Kryptonite.
Of course, Krypton, bro. Thinking of Krypton. And then, the whole time they're here, they don't say hi to Lana or Whitney.
Well, it's
Very weird.
But it's also because they're right next to their own little campfire off to the side making out. I think the weird part is Lana doesn't seem like she has a lot of friends. We only got rid of her last one, Tina. So this scene where now we're introduced to Sean, who's coming up to Clark, and Sean's just asking about Chloe. Here's my problem with this scene. Why does Clark care?
Yeah.
I
was thinking that same thing. I was like, you're a little protective, bro.
Why are you so worried out by Chloe going out? Oh, Sean's a dog. Yeah, but you are kind of trying to go for a girl who has a boyfriend. I don't think you're in a place to judge anybody right now if you're asking me.
You fucking tell him, bro.
Like, that's all I'm saying. Clark's just overstepping his boundaries, and now Sean is going to hit on some Chloe. And
Yeah.
this is where, I know what can warm you up. It's friction that causes the heat. Do you want me to warm your hands? And then,
bro. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's what you meant, bro. Yeah, okay.
What? That's how you pick up a lady.
It's funny because how corny he is, it works out pretty smooth on how he does it. And of course, okay, let's talk about still. What's up with seniors getting at freshmen?
Well, that's the thing in
I
this
don't
school.
understand.
Well, apparently the freshmen are just invited everywhere because you would think, oh, this is the perverted football team where they're just going to be like only inviting the freshman girls. But Clark's there.
Yeah.
And apparently Pete's there too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's freshmen. This is a high school where everybody is invited to everybody's party, which means it has to be a small school, which means this has got to be alternative high school. I'm going back to
like
it.
countryside AHS, bro. If you could only be so lucky to have gone. You know, it's a one-time experience. But also, I could maybe buy it because they're gonna live in a countryside, so like really nothing goes on there, so they could probably get away with a lot of things like this. And
If it's
seems
if it's a small town and everybody knows everybody, you would think you would know the places where you could drink at a high school where
sure.
cops don't cruise the way. I agree with what your overall point is. In a small town like this kind of makes sense,
Right.
and it would work. It never worked for me though as a kid.
Wait, I'm glad you paused it though. First off, you want to go throw Hail Marys down on the lake?
Oh my God. Okay.
Whitney Foreman, bro.
Okay, I'm just going to let the scene now play out because we have to watch Sean get rejected first, saying that I promise I'll call you, just give me your number already. So the weird part is that Chloe went to sit by the fire, gives Sean her phone number. Then she's like, I'm done, I'm good, I'm going home.
Mm-hmm.
That's all she was there for.
Yeah.
Is just to be able to give out her number so that she could be a snack to somebody. Now to your other point. We are going down to Whitney, where Whitney is running down to the lake. And you know what's funny about the Crater Lake sign where it says don't do these things? You know what it doesn't say? Don't throw passes.
Yeah.
It doesn't say
throw
that.
some fucking Hail Marys, bro.
Do it all you want.
Whitney, I know you want to throw Hail Marys, but that's not allowed here.
Well, apparently it is because there's no sign of a football, but I can't fish.
I'll give Whitney something right now, and that's you're not wearing your damn letterman, dude. And thank you. He's wearing a different jacket. I hate him so much.
So, and that's where I'm going back to. I'm going to go back to this here because we're now obviously on Clark, still trying to give some advice to Chloe. It's just still a weird scene for me because it doesn't make sense why Clark would care that Sean is a dog. So when it comes to the scene, though, look, Lana's in the background by herself. And Whitney leaves her to go throw passes with his buddies.
Dude, can you stop saying that? He said Hail Marys. He wanted to throw Hail Marys, Taylor. Don't knock what he wants to do in his passion.
I just don't understand. It would have made more sense if he said, let's go get pizza. And by the way, he threw it over the guy's head and he's supposed to be the quarterback.
And it's raining now.
Yeah, great throw, Whitney.
This is the worst place to be right now. It's a frozen, clearly sub-zero temperatures. Not sub-zero, obviously, but it's raining now, too.
Sub-zero up here? That'd be great.
Yeah, I would make this episode a million times better.
There might be a momentary discomfort.
I don't know. Like, why are you here, Mr. Freeze?
I'm here for a nice cool down. Yeah!
An ice bath. And so...
Nobody watches him. Nobody sees Sean fall through the ice.
Where did everyone go?
Nobody cares about
Where did
it.
everyone
Well,
go?
Joseph, obviously what they just insinuated, pizza was there. Since pizza was there, everybody leaves.
Also, way to give up your location. You ordered pizza?
Yeah. My other question to you, though, is, you know what ability he's missing in this scenario? Jumper. That's all it is. Jumper fell through the ice if he was able to.
That?
Of course.
Any lake scene now? Any frozen lake scenes? Like, just jump in the library.
Just jump in the library. It's easy. Just do it and think about it.
It's your first time doing it. Come on. All right. So like, I love the sink into the glowing green light.
I just don't.
So yeah, what did we really fully decide on that? Is it Kryptonite Frozen Lake?
It's Kryptonite Frozen Lake. I would even say pond, but they say lake. So it's Kryptonite Frozen Lake. I just like that the football is still there. How did he fall through, but the football didn't? Didn't he carry the football?
He was carrying the football and he fell in when that happened. And also, how convenient for him to get right up under the football.
Don't you love that the kids didn't even put out the fire as well, and that could truly start something really serious?
It's truly kids because they're idiots.
Okay, but this is the part where now we're getting an introduction to his powers of him being able to absorb the heat of this fire pit.
Heat absorption.
But what doesn't make sense to me, Joseph, is look, with this moment, he now is turning his skin normal. Yeah. So it's that fire pit itself was able to turn his skin normal, but for how long? He's then now traveling to school. So how long do you think? An hour?
Dude, it has to be the quickest thing because
I need to know what the time frame.
This man fiends this episode, bro.
Like crazy. And it seems like it gets worse.
And he's just, I don't like how calm. He's not questioning anything.
I said that
like,
too.
Like, wow, hey, I was in a lake the whole night. In the fucking water.
I said that too. I said, I can't believe that whenever you come out from the lake, you're that calm.
Dude, I don't get it. You're completely frozen. You're not terrified when that's happening, and then you wake up and you're still not terrified?
And that's what... I just wish there was more consistency with Sean, and now we have the theme song here. Still the best intro of all time. But when it comes to Sean's powers... the whole transition of it, nobody looked for Sean. Nobody questioned, where's my football from Whitney. Nobody even thought of saying, hey, how, put out the fire. Nobody said, hey, somebody call Sean's parents. Where's Sean's parents calling somebody? Their kid didn't come home.
The Kelvins?
The Kelvins!
Yeah, Sean Kelvin. Good one, writers. Good one, show creators, on that one.
Are you spitting on the Smallville writers right now?
I'm spitting on their choice of that character name.
Listen, that name is so cool. You have no idea what you're saying right now.
I love it. Because who is named Kelvin?
Nobody is named Kelvin. That's somebody's first name could, last name? Absolutely not. I'll never believe it. Okay, so when it comes to, though, the episode with Sean, what would you call him as a villain?
I was thinking that.
Yeah, what would you call him? Like
because he does things where it's like he absorbs heat, but it's like, well, he doesn't burn things. I was thinking like something even came across like freezer burn.
Ooh, freezer burn. We gotta send that in. That's a
Dude.
nice one.
I was thinking freezer.
Yeah, because it then turns him.
Because I even wrote it down and I was like, I'm going to come back to this later. Because I was like, villain name?
Or frostbite.
Ooh. Yo.
They needed to put us on this episode. We would have been able to make something. Okay.
Get us on the animated show, dude.
So I gotta also ask you, Joseph. If he were to have met Coach from Hothead and sucked on Coach, would that then have healed him?
Ooh.
That is my question.
But then you're going to lines that are being drawn and like crossed a little bit there.
Yeah, would it be possible though?
What a duo!
What a duo!
And I will say now they don't have that was a good idea. That would have been an episode. Little villain team up.
I don't even know how. Freezer Burn, aka Frostbite, aka Sean. I don't know what he can do though, because he can't shoot anything.
He's not
right?
shooting shit.
And like when he touches the water, sometimes then it gets cold. Okay, we do have to talk about now after the theme song and everything. After our commercial break, we have Clark's parents sitting in the kitchen where they're talking about their finances and of how much they owe. Clark, being a nosy asshole, just thinks that he can just listen to his parents
Also,
in debt. And yeah, go ahead.
What's up with the human calculator here, man?
What? You didn't know that Superman can calculate numbers that way?
Do we have super math?
Super math is an ability when you're Clark Kent from Smallville.
Oh, amazing. And he just does it like that, just so eloquently in that red shirt?
Yeah, the red shirt is very classic when it comes to him, because this is where Jonathan now is going to be giving a little bit of, Clark, you don't know what you're talking about. But I actually have a big question to you, Joseph. What the hell does Jonathan do? I want to know what Jonathan does for a living.
Jonathan fixes his bike.
Okay, exactly. All you ever see is Jonathan fixing something up, but then on a very quick scene, I'm going to get to it here. Why does it seem like Martha does everything? Why is Martha the best parent and the hardest worker on the farm? Jonathan is not he's not doing a damn thing.
Hey, cut him some slack, bro.
Okay.
He's got to work on his bike.
I got to talk about this.
Yeah, let's pause it here.
Yeah, sorry, audience. We got to pause it on the scene where now Clark, Chloe, Pete are walking down the road or the dirt road track, whatever you want to call it. So Chloe says that Sean did not text him.
Right.
Pete's response is, "Oh, yeah, that happened to my sister one time. What she did was that she then called the guy, and then it turns out that his grandma died. So you never know, Chloe. Things could happen." Okay, Pete, that may have been the biggest lie I've ever heard in my
entire... Did they
lie
to him?
Okay, it's not even like... someone's lying in the story, whether Pete made that crap up or the dude lied to his sister, because no grandma died.
Hey, bro, you don't know what people are going through, bro. Also, this is the first instance she does some Lana shade here. And then I do enjoy her, hey, treat me better, you dogs. Because everyone's horny.
Well, I agree, except just like what I told you about with Chloe then going to the fire pit beforehand. Chloe's asking for it. Chloe's wanting to be the bait, dude. I get what you're saying, but the problem is Chloe's opening herself up to this. Stranger danger is a real thing sometimes.
Hey, but they sometimes like to be rebellious.
It's true. I just like Pete, though. Pete's just thinking that he's always like in the clear, and then Chloe says something to him, and then Pete's face drops. So does Pete love her at this point?
Pete, you can definitely tell there's vibes between them, and it's mainly from Pete, but of course Chloe's like just in love with Clark.
And that's the other thing
obvious.
But it's the other thing that I question in this episode, and it's because it doesn't seem like it. Why are you wanting to be supportive and helping him? Like, for example, we'll see here in a soon, like, dress up to go on a date with somebody else.
Right.
Like, why would you want to see that if you like him? Because it doesn't seem like that Chloe would ever want to help Clark do fashion any other time. On this next scene, whenever we're showing Sean, this is what I mean. That his abilities don't make sense. he is now with the school nurse, and his temperature drops below 40 degrees, and it keeps falling. It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen, because his last name's Kelvin, right? But when it comes to the nurse,
you're not a popsicle.
She touches. I love that.
I'm like, yeah, this is not right. You're not a popsicle.
No. She touches his head, and then he touches her, where all of a sudden he's now warm. So how much does he need from somebody?
Yeah, he wants it all. But, dude, this part right here, he's like, oh, I'm okay now. Thanks. Look at this. Look at this. Why did he just check her out, bro?
Wait.
Why did he just like, thanks, and gives her the eye, and then he's like, he just eyes her, bro, up and down, elevator look, man.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna have to rewind here because this is the school nurse that we're talking about.
So really, this adds to his powers. Is he like, he gets warmed up and just kind of turned on? Look at this. He's like, oh man, you warmed me up, thanks. I'll see you later.
Oh,
he checked her ass out,
He just bent backwards. Holy crap!
Like, that was just... He's like, yo, what do you have back there?
He really just bent backwards.
Dog, report this man.
Oh my!
Report this man.
The nurse saw him. Do you think the nurse?
Sorry, report this boy.
Do you think the nurse said he made my day?
That nurse was just just looking at her stupid thermometer. It's like, oh man, this kid is a popsicle. It's something else. Oh, and that guy's just taking advantage in the back over there with his eyes.
I didn't even notice that. He gave that a clear
dude, when I saw that earlier, I laughed so hard, bro. Why does he do that? Also, let's rewind just a bit right before Lex gets here on this next scene. We have him come here. This is, once again, an unannounced visit.
This is unannounced visit now.
All right. First one of this episode. And,
This is what I mean by, though, Jonathan doesn't do anything.
Yeah, so we open up to Martha, just, sawing some wood, just with some goggles on. Same clothes she had earlier. No, like, different clothes or anything. Just got some gloves and some goggles. Also, unannounced visit. Almost killed yourself, Lex. You almost killed yourself not announcing. I guess you couldn't hear me. It's like, we didn't hear you.
Oh, and by the way, Martha says once again, I didn't hear you come up. What is he driving?
Yeah.
What is Lex driving? This is now 2 episodes in a row where nobody can see his car or hear his car.
Oh my God, Lex, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Oh, this chainsaw, it's almost in your chest. They're too chill about things.
Why is Martha doing these things?
Dude.
Where is Jonathan right now? Dude, where is Jonathan right now in this scene?
I have to tell you, he's working on his bike. Leave him to his bike, Taylor. You don't understand a man and his bike, bro.
I'm gonna lose it. All right, so
yeah, we need to talk about here. It's what Lex is doing.
Yes, because it's a big factor where Martha is now asking Lex, "What the hell are you doing here?" Mm-hmm. Lex is now saying, "I can see that you're in debt. It's public record. You guys are losers." And I think I could help your farm. So let me help you. I'm not like my father. By the way, did you know you guys used to be able to sell corn? Now you don't sell corn very well. What happened? And she said, the distributors. And he said, I think I can help. Bada bing, bada boom. Here's my card. Tell Jonathan to meet me at my house.
Yeah.
Anything you want to add?
Yeah. Dude, I would love to add. I'm glad you asked. Let's see. Let's talk about the sunburn Martha has on her face when she's out there. Bro, how long has she been working out there?
I'm not kidding. Jonathan sucks. That's what he's making his wife do. He's probably in the barn in the shade.
He's in the shade. He's like, man, I love this cool AC I have in here. Fixing my bike. Probably got some AC/DC in the back or something. Or is John AC/DC guy? Nah, he's probably like, what would you think? A Creed guy.
He is truly yelling from the barn, hey, Martha, did you get that brush pile?
Hey, how's that wood looking?
Is it good? We need some for the winter.
It's not sawn enough. Go back and do your job.
I swear to God, it's like she takes breaks.
Dude. All right, another thing. Lex really just came in there, said, man, so I kind of did some research. Y'all's farm is kind of whack. It used to be cool, but now it's kind of shit. So how about...
That's really it.
Let me help you, idiots. Poor people. He literally looked down on them. That was the first time you really see Lex you're digging in there, man. You're really, really trying. Conniving a little bit.
I would agree with you except one thing. Martha almost killed the guy. So he already needs to know what he's dealing with, and that's Martha Kent with the damn chainsaw.
Yeah, maybe I'd be probably more of a dick like he was.
All right, so now we're getting into, and this is where I paused again. I'm sorry, everybody needs to understand.
No, yeah, we paused.
Well, no. This is probably my favorite scene, though.
Oh.
This is where, oh, yes.
Yeah.
I have never seen, this is where Lex is on a roll in this episode.
Dude, he's like Sly Cooper of Smallville right now.
He goes to Martha, where now in the next scene, he's like, all right, now I'm going to go fix this at the coffee shop. Sees Lana, makes a comment about Whitney, calls this dude out saying, Lana, your boyfriend's an idiot. You're not going to an art museum with him.
You're with the wrong guy.
He blatantly tells her in this scene, you are with the wrong guy. What, your quarterback needs some culture?
Dude.
That is...
He stings them,
he
bro.
He goes into it. And you know what the worst thing about this scene is? Lana then says, you're too quick to judge. You should probably watch it. Whitney then proves Lex right.
And he's right there, too. How did he not hear that shit?
Well, no. All he heard was art museum this weekend, and he said, "Oh no, I got to think of something."
He's like, "Wait, we were supposed to hang out." When he's idiot. Also, he's wearing a different jacket. Like, okay, I like the consistency of alternating now.
Is it because Tina has it? Has Tina scent on it?
Probably.
That's probably what it is.
Maybe she took it with her. Like, oh, I broke my back. I gotta take the jacket.
We can't get Tina sent out.
What if Whitney just went dumber without the jacket? What if he needed it? It was like, what was that dude? He needed his hair, but when they cut off his hair, he had no strength.
No, that sounds like, if anything, Medusa from Inhumans.
There you go.
Yeah, I would say her ability is all about her hair.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So it's all about his jacket. His Letterman jacket.
You think the Letterman jacket is his ability?
When he went dumb this episode, bro.
Okay.
Let's go throw some Hail Marys at the lake. Oh wait, we're supposed to hang out.
Hey.
Museum.
Wait, I gotta watch the fight.
Yeah.
All right.
I already paid.
I got.
Belana. Babe. I totally forgot I'm spaced. I totally spaced, Lana. Come on. All right, wait. I'll come back to this.
Oh, you gotta come back. Because, all right, I'm done.
Is this not the first appearance of the Talon, like officially in the show? Because they've been at a coffee shop.
I was gonna say, wait. How is the Talon not the coffee shop though that we've seen?
But haven't they been calling the shit the Torch, or is that the paper at the
That's
school?
the paper at the school that they call the Torch.
I think there's a different name for this other coffee shop, bro.
I would really hope they call not only
no,
one
it's
thing the
Talon.
Torch.
No, it is. I think it is.
I hope they only call one thing the Torch, because if there's two things, you're an asshole. Plain and simple.
Yeah. Anyways, Whitney's done.
All right. So yes, Whitney now is gonna go to the fight. But again, what makes the scene so great is that it proves that Lex is correct, where then all Whitney says, and by the way, Whitney comes into the scene to say, hey, I got to watch the fight with the guys this weekend. I'll see you later. And then he leaves. He just leaves the scene, and that's the only thing he wanted to tell her for the day.
And did he just walk in?
He just walked in.
Oh,
He
I
didn't
saw
even get
Lex
a coffee.
was talking to her, and then he was done. And then Lex, I love this. He just sitting there. Was he just listening the whole time?
Yep.
What was he doing?
No, Lex was
He
for
was just
sure
sat there,
listening.
and he was just with his paper, like just listening, right next to them.
And you know what? When it comes to now Lex on the next scene here, whenever he's going up to Clark, and he pretty much just takes control of the situation once again, and says, listen, dude, you need to make a move. You need to stop with kind of the messing around, the friendship. And Lex even makes a bet with him, which I think is like a classic Lex. And even as a small bet, there's still a bet to it where you know that it's Lex, it's pushing. It's him pushing.
Small bet, but great bet.
Oh, it's
My
a bet.
Lord, I would have been like, duh, bro, I'll go ask her out right now.
But the problem is, it's Clark. All right? This is Clark never being able to make that move, which is what I was looking forward to this episode, is their romance being able to build, where I thought this is going to be a great moment, and boy, did it blow up in my face.
And you really appreciate the sweet spot, or weak spot, I should say, Lex has for Clark. Because it's so blatant. And everything else, like everyone's being weird and all horny and whatnot. But it's Lex over here on the side when it comes to Clark. He's the younger brother he never had.
I think the best thing though that makes it all like make sense is to your point, like how everyone's questioning it. Besides how Lex feels about the younger brother, it makes sense because Clark saved him. So all like if Lex was saved, a billionaire, from a guy like this who would accept nothing from you, in a way it would drive you crazy. Where I feel like this would be a normal thing where even if you see them out in public, nobody is questioning it because it's like, oh, Clark saved Lex. They're like best friends now.
Yeah.
But I just love Radiohead concert. It was great. And to be honest with you, that's what I meant by I was expecting to see a band. Whenever he hands him the Radiohead concert tickets, I was like, hell yeah, I'm going to see a Radiohead show in this episode.
I was kind of getting excited because I wasn't hearing anything nice, and I was like, Radiohead.
Yes, and I was really looking forward to it. And then, of course, I'll raise the bet, which is if you go and ask her right now in the next,
minute, you said 60 seconds.
6 seconds, I'm going to throw in the limo.
Definitely longer than a minute, I'm pretty sure.
Look at this.
But he's going to be lenient on him. I mean, the fact is he just wants him to go do it right now. Also, Talon looks so weird right now because I think they're either different angles or they definitely modify it later because it looks way different than it does later on.
I just wanted to say this real quick here, too. So whenever she tells that I'm reading this Russian classic, I just immediately thought of Men in Black with Will Smith going, those books are way too old for her. She's the only one that seems suspicious.
A little white girl in the middle of the ghetto with some crazy ass books, like, there's something fishy going on over there. And
everyone's looking.
Maybe that's why Clark starts going slow all of a sudden. He's like, oh wait, why is she doing that?
That's exactly what I mean. It's a little suspicious what she's reading there.
Yeah, and I just love how nervous he is. And it goes back, dude, them two together every time. It's so great. Well, with this type of riff, you know what I mean?
There's no way that there wasn't at least some type of dating between them because their scenes are truly awkward. Mm-hmm. Even with him asking her out right here, he's like looking around like he's nervous. What are you looking for, Clark? Look at her.
Yeah.
Ask her out, man. Do it. And then the only thing that I hate, obviously as friends.
Yeah, but see, he was thinking though, because if he's clarifying that's what got her. She was about to say probably I'd have to maybe think about it or I'd have to ask Whitney or talk to Whitney about it. And so that's why he just interrupted. He's like, no, just as friends. Like, just go. Let's just go to the concert. And dude, she just needs to hear that. She's like, oh yes, I'll go.
The moment he said friends, she smiled and immediately said yes. I know what you're saying. I just hate that he had to say that in order for her to agree.
Hey, man.
Be a woman, all right? Who cares about Whitney? He cares about the fight, Lana.
Babe, I spaced. I gotta watch the fight. It's me, Whitney. Everyone's just like, God, Whitney's so stupid ever since he lost his letterman. They'll send him to the alternative high school, bro. Just because if he doesn't get his letterman back in like a week,
he can't. He's star quarterback.
He's done.
Did you not see that great pass that he threw to Sean?
He might not graduate, bro.
He threw it over his head. D1 scholarship.
Hey, bro, he did say Hail Marys. Maybe Sean wasn't prepared, bro. Maybe Sean's not as good as a player as everyone thinks.
It was into the ice league. By the way, we don't even know what position Sean plays.
He plays the predatorial position.
Is that a position?
No, yeah, in life.
Would you be that position?
No.
I don't know, man.
God, no.
We're about to come up on Jenna. Okay, I do have a problem though with this scene now, where it's Pete, Chloe, and Clark walking down, and Clark is explaining to Chloe that he asked out Lana, and that it was truly as like a friendship. You know what I hate is the fact that Chloe then sees Sean, where Sean runs up to her. Bro is tweaking.
That is no one suspect he's just on drugs.
And it's the weirdest thing that everybody just is like looking at him like he's still something special.
And what a move he does. Yeah, pause it here. What a move he does here. He's just like, oh, you said no? Okay. Oh, Jenna. Hey. You want to go shower? What? That next scene doesn't make any sense. It just cuts to...
Before you get there, because that scene also bothers me, I do have to bring up Chloe's comment here actually was like, what a selfish ass. When she says, Clark Kent getting lucky with Lana. Now there's no more luck for anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell is your problem?
It's insecurities, bro.
Why couldn't you just be happy for your friend? Instead, all you want is a guy who's a creeper, obviously, to pay attention to you, and you take it out on Clark, who's excited about going out with Lana?
Damn right.
Chloe is freaking selfish, and then Clark then leaves Lana later on. Oh.
Dude, I think you hate Chloe more than John right now.
I am upset with Chloe because she took me away from my date.
Dude. Sean sucks.
By the
What's
way,
up with this whole football team? They're all weirdos.
I just want to know what he whispered in Jenna's ear. That's all I want to know.
I guarantee it was, hey, you seem a little dirty. Why don't you go clean up, woman? What if he just went crazy on her and she's like, oh my god, I've never had someone talk to me
And
like
by the way, the way he's even talking with his like arms, he's like, and by the way, this is the best song in the whole thing.
Sha-la-la-la-la-la.
This is the best song in the whole entire show right now. When Jenna's in the shower and all the candles are lit. So this guy was tweaking. This guy was like shaking up and down. And somehow he gets a candle lit shower invite from Jenna.
Yeah, I didn't get that. Like, how much time has elapsed here? Like,
Wasn't he supposed to go home with her, get a ride with her?
Were we at the end of the school day?
Did he suck
didn't look
the
like it
heat
was
out of her
over.
car? Like when they got back, he's like, hey, go inside. I'll be right there. Go warm it up for me.
Yeah, how we go from the school to her bathroom filled with candles.
Either way, this is what I also don't understand.
How you not thinking this is weird, bro?
Okay, so she also knows that it's him. So
Oh,
this
Sean.
part doesn't really make sense to me where he's now going up to the curtain going, Sean, just, what are you doing? She knows it's you.
And she
Open
just
the
like,
curtain.
and she just like, oh wow, what are you doing? Get in here.
You're
Stop.
so silly.
Stop. Why are you breathing like that?
Oh.
Like, hey, that's weird.
This is all weird.
A
And,
normal dude would literally be naked, just walk in there normal and be like, hey, what's up?
and here's also my question to you. Wouldn't he be able to just right now, this is also what my problem is. Couldn't he just absorb all the heat from the candles right now, as well as everything, like, for example, the car
In her house?
in her house?
Dude, he could have done a lot of things. He could have literally easily went in there, like, just fine, normal, not breathing on the curtain like a weirdo.
So you're saying that he should have just heated up and then gone in the shower?
That, but also, he could just still walk in there normal, and as he's, like, touching on her, he absorbs the heat.
So the other thing when it comes to this ability, because now we're seeing how she looks at his face. His name has to be Freezer Burn or Frostbite. The face says alone Freezer Burn. So I may have to stick with that.
Mm-hmm.
The ability of him grabbing now the faucet,
I love it. I love the classic curtain fall. Oh, it wrapped all around me.
well, you gotta
if
cover
anything,
it
that's
up.
gonna be worse when you have to run away. You're gonna be waddling everywhere, idiot.
I just don't understand how he is not absorbing anything right now, and him even touching the faucet where there's hot water coming out, wouldn't that give him more heat than, for example, the palm of the nurse that then all of a sudden healed him?
The nurse he wanted to bang too.
That's my problem. And he gave her the kiss of death, Freezer Burn did. And
Freezer
now
Burn.
she is frozen solid. So, does she defrost?
No, because she shatters here.
I know, but does she still defrost?
Oh.
Yes.
It's probably really nasty.
That's when and look, all of a sudden the candles go out when he walks by.
Like
Why
the
wasn't
flame would
he able
freeze.
to? Why wasn't he able to do that before though?
It's so well. He did freeze the fire, the campfire.
Why didn't he do that when he walked by the candles when he went up to breathe in the curtain in the shower?
Maybe because at the time he was absorbing it intentionally.
Wait, so you're saying that he absorbed that intentionally with the candles?
Well, because
He said this will look cool as I walk out. He knew there was a camera right there pointing at him. Is that what you're saying?
He started to absorb the heat on her body because he was touching her, so that finally activated. But when he's coming in, he didn't know how to activate it properly. He doesn't look like he knows how to control this shit, bro.
So you're saying, okay, if you're telling me that his powers are manifesting right now, where you're starting to understand what they are, I need you to lay them down for me. What are the rules of his abilities, Joseph?
Seems like he has to touch or be close to them. some type of heat. And I guess he has to try.
How long did you stay?
Put in some effort to absorb it.
How long did you stay warm for?
I don't know. I have that question still.
It's so bad. It doesn't.
I don't understand because the next scene, bro, the man's frozen again. It's like
exactly where you would think that a human being's body heat would then be able to heal him somewhat, but the fact that it doesn't even do a little bit makes me question: are we just making it up as we go?
Kind of seems that way.
Yes, this episode has bothered the crap out of me, and this has probably one of the worst scenes I've ever seen in Smallville history. And we're going to get to it.
Ooh.
Don't worry, we're going to get to it.
The worst scene? We're only on episode 5, dude.
I know. That's how hardcore I'm getting.
All right. We're back here. We got Martha. Looks like she's about to go to a business meeting. Okay.
What's Jonathan doing right now, Joseph? What is Jonathan doing in the scene?
But why do you have to repair it in the house? Guess what? He's fixing his bike.
In the AC.
Like a real man would.
He's fixing it in the AC.
This is a hard-working farm man. Husband, loyal, dedicated, and hard-working. Jonathan Kent.
This man abuses his wife. Alright? I am not going to sit by and have Martha Kent doing all the labor.
He doesn't deserve Martha, bro.
He doesn't. And look at him just walk away from her smug. And all she is trying to explain to him is how Lex is wanting to help them. Jonathan just puts his nose at that, saying, I would never listen to a Luther because Lionel is the worst. And she's like, hey, Lex is not Lionel. And then here comes Clark now making his little comments because he's so happy that he's going on a date tonight with Lana, which is a very sweet moment. I do love that even Jonathan's face is like, what about Whitney? What about...
No. See, the thing is, he didn't care. He didn't even bother to ask. Martha was like, isn't Lana still seeing Whitney? And he's just like, it's not her husband, Mom.
Ooh,
like,
what a Lex.
And she doesn't say anything about that? Like,
look at that smirk. That smirk.
Sorry, that boy is a freshman. If I said some shit like that to my mom, she'd be like, what's wrong with you?
What did you just say to me?
Yeah, like, what is wrong with you? Stop thinking that way. Also, look at this man feeding with the matches. Wait, let's go back real quick to the house. First off, I love the little note. We don't have to actually rewind. I didn't mean that.
Okay, you're saying pause it right here.
Yeah.
All right, before he starts calling his hose. I got
his
you.
Freezer hose. His freezer hose.
Oh my God, we need to start coming up with names for this guy.
Sean's freezer hose.
Sean's freezer hose.
Bro, hashtag get that trending, bro. Sean Kelvin's freezer hose.
Because we also got to get freezer burn training.
Oh, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Sean Kelvin is freezer burn.
He's freezer burn.
But so, anyways, I liked it's a little slight. I don't know if this was intentional, but when he comes in the house, he says, "Hello, citizens," blah 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 blah. It's just a nice little thing because technically Superman in the future would say something like that if he was to drop down. You know what I mean? And talk to the general population. So I like that because he drops in and he's saying something like that. And of course, Superman would say something like that.
All right.
Agree with me. Superman would say something like that.
Okay, I agree with you, but the reason why I can't be fully on board with him using it in this way, bro, is he just looking down on his parents then? Was he looking down on Martha? Dude, he's not looking down on Martha.
No.
Not in my house. He's not doing this.
Pause right there. You telling me as you, Clark, you yourself wouldn't look down on Jonathan?
I would look down on Jonathan. Hell yes. Martha?
Well, you basically did look down on Martha. He was like, it's not her husband, Mom. Idiot. I can date who I want, Mom.
Whoa, that's different, man.
I choose, Mom. I'm Superman.
That's talking about, like, the woman and the man and the egg. That's where Martha may not be fully on board with those type of decisions. So I'm not going to be hating on Clark for saying that type of comment. I think that's a very reasonable comment. Because you know what? Whitney sucks. So what are you defending? You're defending Whitney?
It sounds like I'm not defending anything. If anything is being defended here, it's you for cheaters.
Whoa!
Are you defending cheaters, bro?
I'm defending cheating on Whitney. That is what I'm defending. That if your name is Whitney and you are a quarterback and you play for the Smallville Crows,
throw Hail Marys on the frozen lake,
I think you deserve to be cheated on. That is my philosophy.
Oh, Sean, come on, man. We gotta throw Hail Marys. Let's go. Frozen lake. Stand right there on the lake.
Oh, dude, I got some pizzas.
Oh, pizza. Oh, Sean, go get that ball. See ya. It's like, don't even give Sean any.
Hey, where's Sean go? Who the hell cares?
Yeah. More slices for me.
If he said more slices for me.
More slices for me.
Alright.
I'm the quarterback.
Can we now get into Sean calling his hose?
The freezer hose are being called. Look at this phone, bro. You got the cell phone. Bella, damn it.
Alright, so Sean is now at his home right next to the fireplace, curled up underneath one blanket.
He looks like a grown-ass man.
And it looks like that he's in a grandma's house.
How?
Okay, alright, hold on.
We gotta stop.
We gotta stop. We're stopping. We're stopping.
How on earth
How?
did he keep that number? First off, it was already a bad idea that Chloe wrote it on the palm of his hand. That is the worst spot to write
What
it
if she
in.
wrote it with permanent marker? Go.
Fine. That's fine.
That's
But I mean, if it's really fresh, I don't know, clammy hands, bro. We're out at campfires. I mean, you're trying to get them warm. Maybe that works because it's cold the whole time.
You fall in the lake. I think no matter what.
Well, at that point, yeah, you fall into water. It should definitely wipe off. But I don't know. It's cold. Anyway, it's still on his hand after how many days? It's been like a day or two, has it not?
But my other thing is, how desperate do you have to be to use permanent marker to write your phone number on a guy's hand? You know what that smells to me? Don't forget about me. You'll never forget about me now. I just feel uncomfortable with what Chloe... You know what it's called? It was a brand. Oh, that's what Chloe did.
Is this her origin story?
She branded her phone number into his hand. That's what it is.
That's why she moved to branding later.
That's probably it. So, whenever... And this is also my question to you about Sean here, because this was also why I wanted to pause it. Sean is calling his freezer hose, and he is needing to get warm. Why is he calling his freezer hose? Couldn't he get warm from anybody, including like the football players,
Dude.
including Whitney, the guy who made him into what he is?
He could literally go to like cars.
He could go to anybody too. Why is he going to people that he knows and the people that he dated? Which goes back to your earlier point. Does his powers make him horny? And that's not even like me trying to be. That's not even me trying to be funny. But the fact that he checked out the school nurse the way he did, the fact that he only wants to get healed by hose, it's a weird. He even makes a comment about Martha.
Weird flex, but okay. Weird flex, Sean.
It's a weird thing.
He's like, oh, Chloe. Oh, I have this number in my hand.
All right, so now he calls Chloe, and that's what we're expected to believe, that he's going to be going out. So we're cut to now Clark and Chloe sitting on the couch.
Chloe's such a dick.
She's such an asshole.
She's been a dick this whole episode.
I know. It's because I don't know if it's jealousy or if it's somebody just needs to want her.
It's her hair.
Oh, so the wife said that she looks like a 90s lesbian. Yes.
She trying to figure it out?
I don't know, but she does have a point, because didn't Tattoo come out and didn't one of the girls have that haircut?
You got me, bro.
You know, Tattoo?
Tattoo.
You know, they're not gonna get us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah, one of the girls had that hairstyle.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright. I just want to make sure we're on the same page. Alright, so still talking about how Chloe is now saying that Sean just called me, and Clark looking at her saying, you like him. No, but he's really hot. Dude, Chloe...
He begged to get together tonight.
Chloe is just insane in this episode.
That's not a date, bro. It's a date.
It's a date, Chloe. Clark's thing is not a date. Your thing is a date. That doesn't make any sense.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Clark has a date.
Clark doesn't have a date.
Dude.
You know why it can't be considered a date? And maybe I'm wrong here, but if there's no shot for a kiss at the end of the night, how can it be considered a date? If there's no shot for your relationship to be able to move forward, how is it considered a date?
But are we going into the technical terms of like an intimate date?
I'll put it to you this way. This is no different than what anybody would do with their friend, though, is my point. If you're just going to a concert with a friend, it's a friend. Unless there's a shot for you to have, even if it's small, a kiss at the end of the night. That's all I'm saying. That's where it's a date, because there's something that can be considered.
But even to your own experience, have you ever been on a date like that? Quote unquote date.
Where it's just purely as friendship?
Not purely, but there's like, it could be something else. Like how that situation is.
No, because it's never been in a situation where the girl is dating the quarterback named Whitney. But also, it's never been in a situation with a girl, because I would never do all that with the girl that's with somebody. She has her own guy that's doing that. If he's not doing that, you should probably leave him.
Yeah.
That's Taylor's philosophy in life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Preach.
Dude, it's what I'm here for, man.
Play this
Like
shit,
I said,
dude.
rom-com, baby.
Okay.
Alright, so now we're on the scene with Lex and Martha and Jonathan walking in. Is this a weird thing where he only invited them?
Oh, it's a weird thing.
Is it a weird
And he points it out too. He's like, no one's here. It's like, yeah, we're the only ones invited. See, this is why John be doing. This is why he be working on his bike, bro. He's like, Martha, you pulled some dumb shit tonight. You pulled some dumb shit. This is why I was working on my bike. You brought me away from my bike. Look what I came to. A mess.
You know what? You're gonna be cutting down 2 trees tomorrow.
Yeah. Add it to your list. Yeah, so anyway, we have Lex here. He's obviously just revealing his plan of, oh yeah, I did this on purpose because I knew you wouldn't listen. But John is actually being reasonable. He said, sure, Lex, I will listen.
Oh my god, the fact that he looks at Martha when he says it. I said, John, and by the way, I underlined it. I said, this is the best moment I've ever seen Jonathan in my entire life. This was my favorite scene with Jonathan because he looked at Martha and he said, I'm willing to listen. Even though he's full of it and, oh my god. Alright.
Alright, now we're on the date.
Okay, next scene. This is a big deal. We are on the date, and I'm getting to my notes here because this may be the worst first date I've ever seen in my entire life. It opens up with them in the limo together, where Clark and Lana are now talking to each other, doing whatever. But the issue of what they're talking about is, in the first 5 minutes, Clark insults her. He insults Lana, saying, oh, yeah, ever since we were kids, whenever things got tough, then you would just crawl up in a book to forget things. And the way he says it, too, is not even something that's like a little bit like a kidding.
Like no joke at all.
There's nothing that's a slight sense of humor. It was a serious douchey comment that he just made to start the day.
And she's totally caught off guard, too.
She is caught off guard. She's
like,
uncomfortable
wow.
with
She's
it.
like, wow, dick. Like,
I just couldn't believe that he would say something like this. And yeah, it's defensive reading is what he referred to as the term. It really bothers me because who would ever go along with that saying what a great icebreaker?
But see, really, real quick, is it, if you really read it and like, or I guess hear it, is it actually an insult? You pointing out something that someone does?
I'll put it to you this way. To start out a date where this is your first date with the
Okay,
girl,
you're right.
this is what I'm talking about.
Fair.
I'm strictly talking about the circumstance and the scenario they are in. That is not what you start with.
But you're also going as friends. Like you said, this is not a date,
So,
right?
okay, alright. So you're saying
So,
because you're
Ted, I'm just going according to your philosophy,
so
bro.
you're saying that if you go as friends, you can just start attacking them. Start attacking them.
You're friends, right? I think I've entered your house I don't know how many times, and I attack you on the spot.
We're not, okay. Do you have a crush? Does one of us have a crush on each other?
Answer me.
Okay, I don't agree with this. You can agree with it all you want, but it just bothers me.
Whatever, dude. Play it.
And also,
Play it.
what I love, though, is whenever Lana's like, no, you're right. It's just weird how much you know. He knows so much because he spies on you through his telescope. That's why he knows so much.
astronomy. Astronomy means I look into your house, Lana.
And now, what does Clark say?
How come you know so much? Magic. Clark is that magic guy,
Okay,
bro. I don't like it one bit.
Alright.
I love Clark so much, and he has to be the magic guy? You ever done that?
Listen, okay, you know me. You know me.
It's
I love magic.
It's cringe.
I
though.
love me some magic. I'm a magic guy. I think magic is great. I'm all
But
for
I'm saying,
it.
are you the magic guy that would do
Hold
it?
on. This is the worst thing you could ever possibly do on a date.
What's worse, the insult or this?
It's in a pattern. This is the worst date on planet Earth. So you would start out with just making a rude comment. You then say, don't worry, I'll make it up with a magic trick. Let's play. And I thought he was kidding at first, and then he busts out the deck saying, let's pick a card. I thought it was a joke, Joseph.
Bro, that means he actually brought a deck of cards with him. So he planned this.
God, no!
He planned it, so it makes it even more real. Oh, it's heartbreaking, truly. And also...
All right, so when he looks at the three of hearts, because obviously she plays along, she grabs it, he guesses. He's doing it in order to be able to see through her. He's taking a peek at the goods.
Dude.
So he insults her. He then does a magic trick, and he then essentially breaks any type of personal boundary by just automatically looking at the goods before earning the right to look at the goods.
Let's not forget about the first thing he did wrong. Bring the deck of cards.
I still can't believe that you pointed that out. That means he prepared for it.
Yeah.
That is making it so much worse for me.
It's absolutely terrible.
I would hope he found that deck of cards in the limo, but he didn't.
If I was John, I'd be furious.
Oh, if I'm John, I'm whooping his ass. I am fine. You know what? I'm getting the kryptonite.
He's getting the classic Krypton beating, bro. That's what's some meteor rock.
He's gonna go get.
Call up Sean. Sean, where are those rocks at?
He's gonna just go get Lana's necklace. Hey Lana, I need your necklace just for a night.
Yeah, just tonight. I promise I won't lose it like Whitney. It's funny this part here because Clark's like, yeah, I spent the most of my day just convincing people that this wasn't a date. And it still goes in line with like, why are you still saying weird things like this? I mean, it's kind of weird, but then also it gives her the time to open up and say, tell Whitney.
To your point on us arguing back and forth on whether or not this is a date.
It's a date.
She didn't tell Whitney.
It's a date.
She didn't tell Whitney, which is so here's my thing, but it still goes back to what I'm saying. She didn't tell Whitney, and on the earlier scene before that we did not touch on, but don't worry, it's why I have my notes. Chloe says, how you can tell a girl likes you is that she'll buy a new outfit in order for it to wear.
And she dressed
nice. And somebody does make a comment about her being that dressed up. She did not tell Whitney, which goes back to my end point to you. Lana was expecting a little something.
Dude,
she was a date, bro. The dice. I will give you this was a date.
It was a date.
Because of those three things I just mentioned means Lana even thought it was a date.
That's a date, bro.
It's a date now because of her, not because of Clark.
It's always the woman's choice.
It is.
Always.
Okay.
But dude,
all right. Oh, God.
I love this.
By the way, hold on. Before you go on, I have to say this too. Clark's date was so bad, we have to turn on the TV in the limo. Go ahead.
No. Dude, she was very excited to watch some TV. Very excited. But maybe she just really wanted to watch the news here.
Why? What? Because he's doing
a magic trick. Better than this magic trick.
This guy's doing magic. I have to stop.
Why is Chloe at school right now? If you're on a date, you're going to a concert. What time's the concert starting, Taylor?
The concert, okay, so Radiohead most likely would be on stage about 9. If you're actually going to be going to the concert, it's probably 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, yeah.
Why are we at school?
Because she's obviously having to type out the best article on planet Earth. Joseph, you're not putting out the main problems, though. Once again, the powers don't make sense.
I legit thought that was popcorn the first time I watched it.
Okay, that has to be popcorn.
I thought it was popcorn.
Why isn't it frozen? Why isn't the arrow that he made with crayons frozen?
Maybe he was fresh off his previous heat suck.
How did he pick up a crayon in order to draw that arrow?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
I don't know. Either way, I'm still just pissed that Chloe's at school. How didn't Sean know she's there?
Chloe? No. She says earlier that he says that he wanted to meet her after the torch. After she got done with the torch in order to get some coffee.
I didn't understand why he wouldn't just bring her. Like, hey, he couldn't just say, hey, this just happened with Sean. Chloe said she's going to go hang out with him. Can we go check on her real quick? Like, why couldn't he do that? Limo's going to obey his every order.
But it's because he has to be able to speed over there. And so the issue that I had more than anything with him leaving Lana, can you just call the cops? Like, make a phone call to the cops being like, hey, go to the Smallville High School. I think my friend's in danger.
But to your point, he has to speed over there because it could happen right now. Because it's going to happen at the same time, I guess.
I'm saying I'm willing to take that chance to leave her for that time period with Sean in order for me to have a date with Lana. I'm telling you, I'm leaving Chloe there.
So
I am not getting out of the limo.
That was a question. Big question for this episode. Chloe versus Lana.
Yeah, I'm taking
Who
Lana.
Who are you choosing?
I'm choosing Lana.
I would have to agree.
How am I not choosing Lana? This is my first time going out with her. Obviously, she has a new outfit on. Obviously, that the magic trick worked. So I have to keep going.
No.
The
magic trick did not
work. You said
work.
that she was smiling. You said that she was excited.
Now, did I say that it won her over? No. Magic trick definitely will not always work. Ever. Unless...
I don't think it'll ever work.
So... I've been kind of bummed because Chloe's outfits haven't been as extra as we've seen before.
No, Chloe's outfit in this episode is completely normal. The problem is Chloe is such a pervert in this episode. Look at this. Come on in. She sees the sign that says, come on in the pool. Her first response is, I'm not going skinny dipping, but maybe. Like, that's what she says.
Dude, this man, freezer burn.
Freezer burn is insanely disgusting looking.
Yeah.
It is just blue.
So the last person he had was obviously Jenna. So that was right after school.
Yes.
So that means, technically, if we're thinking 7:30, maybe even 8 o'clock at the latest, his shit only lasts a couple hours if it's off a human.
Which is weird though, but that's my point to you is the fact of the campfire when he first comes out and then he goes to the nursing office. How long is that time period?
I don't know, but he also didn't absorb her fully.
I'm talking about before that, him going to school. So he also then absorbs the heat from the pool in this scene when he's going after Chloe because Chloe falls in the pool. And what special effects, man. I love it. But the thing is, so he doesn't even turn a little bit normal by sucking the heat out of the pool now.
Yeah.
And how do you get something from the fire pit, but you don't get something from sucking the heat out of the pool, which was clearly steaming?
Yeah. Also, wouldn't her leg be so frozen? Wouldn't she have some type of frostbite here?
You would think that she would have frostbite here. Or maybe she just has a burn. A freezer burn. Ooh.
Play, dude. We're about to be at commercial anyways.
Well, Clark is now going in, which is why I wanted to point out this. Clark punches Sean.
No. He gave him the palm.
Sean goes flying across the ice. We have now already determined that Clark has super speed. Clark can see through walls. Clark turns around. Sean is not there. He's not going to run fast.
Why are you not looking through
Why are you not looking through anything? He's not going to be able to run quickly.
If only Lana was in front of him.
You can just... Yeah, then he'll use his X-ray ability. He's picking and choosing when he wants to use the X-ray ability, and it doesn't make any sense to me, considering this is now 2 episodes in a row with Tina shoving him out of the barn, and then Sean just magically disappearing, and Clark's just like, oh, well, I guess they got away. What do you mean they got away, Clark?
Speaking of last episode with Tina, were you getting some more swim fan vibes when it got to that pool scene again?
There's a lot of connections when it comes to it, especially with Sean leading that type of trail into the pool, which I'm almost positive the villain in Swim Fan did that in the final scene with the man's girlfriend.
Yeah. Saying,
come into the pool or come into where we,
made love.
Yeah, made love.
Time, yeah.
Yeah, so it is a little bit of a connection here. Again, I just go back to Chloe's comment, though, which really bothered me. I'm not going to go skinny dipping. Why'd you think of that? Why'd you think of that? It's because it's what you want.
Because
Chloe
she's been trying to chase some tail this whole episode, bro.
Chloe is on the hunt.
That male tail.
She is wanting the male tail in this episode, and it's crazy to me. Slow your roll.
Chloe Mailtail Sullivan.
I wonder what her articles are like right now. Oh my God.
It's 50 Shades of Grey before its time, bro. The Smallville Shades of Grey.
She has a backside article.
Let me tell you something right here. So we get in danger here at the school. Everything's all fine. We go back into the office. We're not going home. I'll tell you right now. If I was Clark and I had to leave my date and I see that you're fine, I'm out, bro. I'm going back.
And you even tell me like, oh, I forgot that Chloe. Oh, I forgot about my date, Lana. Clark, how did you forget? You were only there for like 5 minutes. It took you longer to make her that cup of coffee. That you just decided to sit down with Chloe and to talk about Sean and how he has his abilities. Which, by the way, it's easy to understand. Oh, he's just like a battery that doesn't have a charge. Really, guys?
Permanent hypothermia.
And they don't even give him a name. What was the point of this scene?
It's kind of crazy because Chloe will eventually be like coming up with names a lot.
Which is what I was hoping she
would
be able to do. And I
love that about her because she does the Freak of the Week thing.
Look at this. Oh, no, Lana. I forgot. And now we get shined over to the coffee shop, a.k.a. the Torch. Clark...
Talon.
I always forget. It starts with a T. Why do they both have to start with the T? The Talon, where magically Pete's there with the date.
Yeah, but apparently they're just friends. He does point that out.
Until he takes her out in the limo, then they become more, if you know what I'm saying. Wait, no.
What?
What?
Huh?
Either way.
That's not what happened?
That's not what happened.
Freshman year?
But I don't know, because I don't know now.
Everyone is freaking crazy.
There's a lot of nastiness.
Hormones are up. Estrogen, hormones, testosterone, it's all up, dude. But yeah, anyways, we have Pete here. Basically relating with Lana, kind of easing her mind a bit because Clark is like this, obviously, with everyone, and it's not just her. But also, it probably makes her feel less special.
He just said this, though. With Pete. I can't believe that Clark... I can never believe that Clark would have something that's more important than you. Pete already ruined the game. By the way, Lana doesn't question that. Lana does not question that whatsoever.
I mean, she's a little like, oh.
She looks at it like she didn't even hear him. What'd you say?
Damn, she caught the Whitney bug, dude.
What she got?
She's like, wait, what have you been saying? Whitney.
Pete ruined some game. At first, I'm like, oh man, Pete's a solid wingman. And also at the same time, Pete couldn't even come up with a good excuse for Clark right now. Instead, he just throws Clark's cards right at Lana and says, look.
It was the 3 of hearts, idiot. I gotta go.
I can't.
Dude, I still don't understand why he couldn't just tell her. I know he needs to speed over there, but just, dude. Like, you could just say, hey, I need to go check on Chloe real quick. Please just wait here.
Because that's not mysterious enough. And that's what now Pete and Lana are saying. The man of mystery. Because Clark is just his Clarkness. There's no explanation of what the hell that even means.
Don't you love the Austin Powers little recognition there? Austin Powers is canon, bro.
Alright, so now we have multiple questions here in this scene. Where's the fight, Joseph?
At the Talon.
I thought he was... No, that's not true.
Apparently it's at the Talon.
It's not true because he paid his buddy. So it wouldn't have been at the Talon. Whitney now comes into this scene where Pete is talking to Lana. Whitney says, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? You're supposed to be at your buddy's watching the fight.
Maybe...
The fight doesn't end at 8 p.m.
Maybe it does in Smallville, bro.
What fight is he watching?
I don't know. Smallville, the Cornhusk.
There, and then he now is asking Lana what you're doing here. Nothing. Can you just take me home? There's too many unanswered things in this scene.
And then she also just shouts out, hey, Pete, take the limo. Pete, hey, that limo I had, I'm not going to need it anymore. Take it. Take it, please. Yo, I promise she'll like it. No, she will. She's an idiot.
No, she's okay.
Now that Whitney's here, it just amplified, bro. The brainwaves just distorted.
He's still not wearing his jacket, by the way.
Wait, you need me to take you home? You need me to take you home now? Wait, you're dressed up pretty nice, like for a cup of coffee.
What are you doing? You reading your book?
There's no way you're just doing
Is that a book?
There's no way. I'll take you home, Lana.
In my truck that was destroyed by Bug Boy.
Pete's like, oh yes, I got a limo with the girl.
He was so excited. They ran out of there like they were kids going into a candy store. I loved it. That's what I would have been doing too. A freshman, all of us would be.
I wouldn't have even denied it the first time he did. I'd be like, limo? Yeah, let's go.
Let's talk about how Pete now went out and about, dude. Yeah, Pete pulling some tail after all the coaches talking so much shit about the kid.
Honestly,
this man pulling the ladies.
Has a crush on someone, but he's over here pulling some dates on the
side. Boom! While she's out trying to think of a douchebag Sean, Pete's over there saying, I'm not waiting. I got me a nice lady.
Yeah, Sean gone, bro.
Yeah, I'll see you in the limo.
Yeah, what's up? Yeah, we just friends, but are we still friends in the limo? Yo, I got a limo now, baby girl.
So now we're opening on Sean, where Sean now is grabbing the, I guess you could say, the lock when it comes to the one power electricity plant that Smallville has.
It's like the only one, probably.
And once again, how long does his powers last? How could absorbing...
How's that not more than body heat?
Yes, how could absorbing the entire power plant not be able to get you more heat that's going to last more than an hour? It's truly like he's progressively getting worse. And even if he's so cold, Joseph, I have a question for you. Why doesn't he just try to be cold?
I don't get it.
Why is he like
what sucks about being cold?
Why are you like, oh, I just can't help it? Are you going to die? No, because you are cold, freezer burn.
Yeah, idiot.
God, it's like you don't even know your own powers.
I love this whole Lex at, obviously his mansion with the Kents, and it's just really an argument between Lex and John the whole time.
No.
Martha's just there on the sideline, just getting them back and forth. It's like,
I'm
not an owl! Like, dog. Just talk to each other. Tell Martha to leave or something.
Dude, the Hermione reference is so... Well, you tell Ron!
I'm not an owl!
You say, though, that this is an argument. I see it differently. I call it Lex shitting on Jonathan.
No, Lex makes fantastic points.
Oh, my God. Where Jonathan is like, oh, my family did this and this, and we're going to stick to it. And then Lex says, well, let me tell you about your family, dumbass.
Yeah. Hey, look at this. Public record. Moron,
it's public.
I'm seeing a lot of correlation with, the amount of, smarts that someone has correlating to their jackets and such. First it's Whitney, and then Clark's being a little sus a little bit. But now we have John.
Clark's not being sus this episode. Last episode he was, but we figured that one out.
That's fine. But then John puts on his suit jacket. And it's like, now I'm just getting shit on by a Luther. Good move on my end. He got done because of the jacket.
That's probably true. But Lex completely shits on Jonathan.
Mm-hmm.
And Jonathan thinks that he knows so much more, which I love because he has no idea. This is my problem now. Joseph, from here on out, I hate this episode from my core. And it's because it doesn't make sense.
It's bad.
Everything right here truly doesn't make any sense. Where we are now watching Lana and Whitney cruise down the road in Whitney's new truck because, star quarterback, he gets a gray truck now instead of that black one that Bug Boy ruined.
Mm-hmm.
But now they're talking about it, and he's like, where were you tonight? And Lana's like, I was with Clark. We were just as friends. What's your problem? Whitney then is like, well, I don't like that.
She actually doesn't. She does say Clark now. She does say Clark.
No, she tells him. And
to me, how low-key mad he is right now, bro. He wants to go hang him up on another scarecrow again, dude.
But also, Clark has saved Whitney's life. So I get that.
Twice.
Yeah, and exactly. I get Whitney's anger here. But you know what I would be angry with more than anybody? Lana.
For sure.
Look what she's dressed like. It's like what we talked about.
You pointed that out, and then she's saying, "Oh, it's not a date."
You didn't tell me.
Would you think it's a date if you're Whitney?
If you didn't tell me, and you're dressed up like that, you smell like this, you had a limo, and then he just left you. Thank God, because guess what? I think you would have probably done something. Hell yeah.
Adultery, bro.
Adultery,
dude. I hated how this crash happened.
Oh my God.
It's so bad. First off, brakes way too late. You know how many seconds passed when she's like, Whitney, watch out! And it was like, oh, Sean!
Sean's standing in the middle of the road, waving his hands.
Like, all of a sudden, and then it's like, fucking flips it right, like, bro.
Where's Sean in the scene now, Joseph? So Lana now has her leg hurt, and they are having a limp over, and they're in the middle of nowhere. There is
that's the lights of the Luthers, bro. They're in the most convenient spot.
That was the street that they came from.
Dude, that's what he said. He said the lights at the Luthers.
Okay, the Luther house, depending on how rich he is, probably has a mile in their driveway to get there. So it doesn't make any sense that that's how close they are to the Luthor mansion.
Nah, they close.
Okay. So Sean just vanishes. He allows them to just limp over to the Luthor mansion without even running after them, and they would be the easiest prey, correct?
Sure.
Okay. So now we're having Lex having to serve the alcohol to the Kents and says to the future. Well, then we have Lana and Whitney walking in, and I love their reaction though.
Unannounced visit, brother.
Unannounced visit plus their reaction of, where's Clark?
Yep.
If you're Whitney, what do you think in that moment?
Everyone knows but me.
Everybody knows. And that's the other side of the coin. Whitney, he has every right to be mad, but also at the same time, where were you tonight?
For real.
I thought you had a fight. Why are we not questioning you? That's the real mystery behind this episode.
Because he's a senior, bro. They can do what they want.
Is that really what it is?
Yeah, bro.
Is that why?
Everyone just forgets we got seniors dating freshmen.
He went to the club. That's what he did.
Strip club.
He went to the club. So now Clark goes and checks on the car because he just shows up randomly that's where Sean is just hiding. He's probably just hiding in the bed of the truck.
And now it's glowing when he touches Clark.
Which is signifying what, Joseph?
Sun.
Yes. This is our first experience with Clark having that solar energy where we're now being shown that Clark, his powers and his body in a way, is all from the sun's doing.
Oh, yeah.
And that's, again, how would Clark not warm this man up?
Oh, yeah. He should be warming him up for
So you
hours.
just went to the power...
Maybe even day.
You went to the power plant and then you just absorbed Clark and you still feel nothing?
Yeah, I don't get it.
Because from the moment he walks now from this point to the Luthor
He's cold again.
He's cold again.
Yeah.
So that was what? If you're telling me that they limped there and you're accepting how close the mansion is, it had to be a 5-minute walk. 5 to 10 minutes.
What about 20?
Wait. I think you're going a little bit too much with the 20.
No, I think 20 is good.
We'll call it 15 in the middle.
Fine.
15 minutes though. So
Still
we're saying
trash.
absorbing Clark would be 15 to 20 minutes of heat?
Maybe if it's more like that tolerance, maybe it builds up for him. And for some reason, odd reason, basically checking out a nurse gets you about maybe, a few hours. And then actually absorbing a whole body more than a few hours. And then, oh, hey, I absorbed a Kryptonian and I get 15 minutes.
That doesn't make any sense. But he absorbed the power plant too. And the power plant
That's
gave
right.
him what? Like 10 to 15?
Absorbing candles, campfires.
The campfire gave him longer.
Dude.
I want him around Hothead. I want him and the coach to be together.
Dude, why weren't they doing... Oh, damn. Honestly, Coach should have drowned that man in the lake a while ago, bro.
It would have been great to see them fight each other to the death.
Like, Kelvin, get out there for some Hail Marys now! Anyways, I loved how this whole thing with Lex... Also, Martha gets down. She out here drinking, and what is it, bourbon, I assume? Scotch or something? Martha's getting down, bro.
Martha's got hair on her chest, man.
Also, did you just make him hot cocoa?
Yeah.
Because that seems fucking awesome right now.
Yeah, he made them hot cocoa. That's what Lex
Big
just brought
jealous.
to Whitney
Big
and
jealous.
Lana. And look at that. Jonathan is just... Nobody's questioning Clark. Everyone's just like, oh, Clark's doing Clark things.
Look at him, cold again. He just got to the generators. He's doing that. And then he's still not good.
He's still not good.
Like, he gets heated up here. Also, a big thing I wanted to point out with this episode. Chloe mentions that I almost got heat sucked. I thought that was a great term. Imagine getting heat sucked.
What is heat sucked?
Yeah, getting your heat sucked.
I'm getting my heat sucked or heat sucked?
Yeah, I'm getting heat sucked.
That's just terrible term.
Sounds awesome.
I like the term I just got freezer burned.
I like the guy heat sucked. Sounds dope.
I don't like the way you're going.
Dude, I don't think you understand the potential here.
So the generator now ruins the Lex mansion's electricity, where Jonathan goes, I'm going to go check in the living room for some snacks. Martha says, I'm going to go outside and check on the generator, because that's what Martha does. Look, this man is already cold. And
He's
now
frozen.
Now Sean walks up behind Martha.
Yes, ma'am.
And he's just like, hey, I got me some fresh meat. Clark now appears, And Sean's first reaction is, Clark, that's your mom? She's really hot, dude. Why is he not questioning why Clark is okay?
Yeah.
And why is he not questioning Clark's super strength that hit me across the pool?
Martha is hot, bro.
Okay, so I'm not even saying she's not. I'm just saying what he is going
I just had to put it out there.
So I'm going back to his mind is just horned up. There is no other way to put this.
Dude, heat, the natural aphrodisiac.
Clark just hit him with a pole like a baseball bat where Sean goes flying. Clark then goes running. How is Sean getting up? He just hit a cemetery tombstone.
Man, you know, for being someone that's frozen half the time, he sure does move fast.
Yes, he has super. Oh, it would have been cool if it was like Frozen.
Ooh, look, heat sucked. He's getting heat sucked. Woo! Sun sucked?
So the only way to be able to get rid of him is to be able to kick him off into a lake, right?
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
Because, of course, he can't control it.
How does it work? So he was able to like show him pulling it out of the pool, but for the lake, it's automatically going to freeze on its own.
Well, I think at this point, no matter what, if he's touching something that has heat, he will absorb it.
You know what? I'm not going to believe that. I'm just not going to believe that.
It's science, bro.
I'm just not going to get into the science argument with you because it's just too much. I'm getting into my other main problem when it comes to this episode now. So, Jonathan is back to doing his bike.
Oh no, he's finishing it. Look at that bad boy, man. He's been working on it so hard.
And
Good for him.
He says he took out the bank loan.
That's right.
Why would he do that?
You see, the thing is...
Why would he do that?
John may be...
Why would he do that,
John may be dumb and smug and mostly arrogant, but it's also like... He knows the Luthers, man. He knows there's some, like... I get it. He doesn't want it. There's shadiness. It's a business deal, bro. It's your money, bro. This is your food. This is your plate.
Everything that he has done has not worked out. Jonathan isn't even trying. He is fixing up his bike. He's doing the same things over and over. We'll just get another bank loan.
But he got a bank loan.
And you know what? It's not going to end up working. Spoiler alert, because he's in too much debt.
We'll see.
Because Jonathan is an idiot.
We'll see.
That's what happened. And then Lex says my offer still stands, and he walks out because Lex is a man. Okay, I also hate this nonsense. We're doing a candlelight ceremony for Jenna, where Chloe is all of a sudden, that could have been mean. You probably called her a whore, Chloe, in one of your articles, probably a countless times.
Yeah, pom-pom, I hate those bitches.
That's what Chloe has said how many times?
She's just tapping away. I hate everyone here except Clark.
And Pete.
And Sean. Why would he call me back?
And Pete.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She loves Pete.
She loves Pete.
She loves Pete so much. Because everyone loves Pete so much.
Come
you know
on.
who loved Pete? That girl he had on a date in the limo. That's the only one that's loved him so far.
Yeah. They got another date now. What? I wonder how he got that other date.
Yeah, he got another date.
How did he get that other date?
Yeah, dude. You already know, man. Pete's packing.
Oh, my.
Packing what?
Oh, look at her.
Did he also just flick her
Yeah,
breast?
he did. No, he didn't flick her breast. He just flicked her
He was
belly
like-
button.
Flicking the nip, dude. It kind of looked like he's flicking nip, bro.
All right, so now we get to a Taylor scene.
This is the Taylor scene.
Let's get to the Taylor scene where we are now having Clark walking up to Lana. We are having the end of Clark. And by the way, that's also my issue. Clark just casually walking up to her like thinking everything is okay.
I didn't like that
Not
either.
a sorry,
Nope.
not an I apologize for bailing on the date. It's like, what? I was saving somebody's life, so that's good enough. Clark, if you're not telling anybody your secret, you got to be apologetic, even if it's not, like, right, period. Do you like the girl or not?
I think he got the dumb bug a little bit.
No. I think Clark just is feeling himself too much these days, where Lana, in this episode, completely brings him back down to earth.
Yeah.
Which I can at least
yeah.
respect that because Clark is on a big high. He's discovering new abilities. He's now going on a date with Lana where he thinks, let's try this again. How about next Saturday? Lana's response is, no, never again. Whitney was freaked out. I'm out of it. And then Clark has the balls to ask him, why do you go out with him?
Why do you like him?
I love that question. But then Lana's response, because whenever I need him, he's there.
Security, bro.
I guess he makes me feel safe.
But look, she's even denying that herself. Like, is that really what I think? No, obviously she loves Clark. And then look at your Taylor ending.
And now we have. I wish that. I'll put it this way. I actually wish that it would have sped up time more around him.
Okay.
If it would have yes, if
like
it would
accepted.
Yes, if everything would have just kept speeding by him and he's just standing there.
Achievement at the top. Because what did he achieve?
Nothing. He achieved losing.
No.
But that's kind of my issue. And by the way, we're at the end of the episode here. If you have stuck around, thank you for sticking around. I just want to make one more comment because I do love that ending. Because the only thing I would have left out is just he gives me security. I would have left because when I need him, he's there. That would have been the ultimate burn where you weren't there, bro. And you went up to her thinking that it was okay. You pretty much pulled a Whitney in that scene.
Yeah.
Like you really did, where it was, instead of a fight, oh, I was supposed to go on the Radiohead? Oh, I didn't know. That's what Clark tried to play. And I love the bringing back down. But that is why that's a Taylor ending.
Man.
We're going back to reality.
Clark's an idiot. Who does magic on their first date? He brought cards, bro.
He brought a deck of cards.
Hey, Dad, we got a deck of cards laying around. Hey, you better stop this, man.
Oh, I know. Sorry. It's going into the next one. I do want to make... I have a couple little facts here, though.
Oh, yeah.
So, I actually did touch on that where Chloe asked Clark if he comes from an icy planet, not a Krypton, which has the crystal-like, icy-like terrain. I also put that with the Smallville comics in 2003, that Sean, he was taken from the Dr. Donovan Jameson, which we'll get to later on in the seasons. In the comics, he was taken along with Tina and along with Greg. All three of them were taken by this doctor in order to experiment on.
I remember this.
So I am very much looking forward to the nod, but I love that this was kind of going into that because, again, Sean was shown just frozen in the ice.
Yeah.
So you have to ask, who's going to get him out of the ice?
And then obviously Tina didn't die.
Tina was just banged up against
We don't know what happened with Greg.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, researching the villain, obviously no ties here. It was really a custom-made villain for Smallville. There was some inspiration from Killer Frost, but obviously they went a little...
Dude, we have freezer burn.
We
went freezer burn.
The actual episode was originally going to be called Freeze, and that would have been a lot better, actually.
Instead, they needed to call it Cool in order to signify how cool Sean was.
Yeah, but also even Pete at one point, it's funny when he tries to defend him to Clark. He's like, "Oh no, man, Sean's like, no, he's okay. He's always been cool with me." And he says, "Cool with me," you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Pete did that on purpose.
Is it just because Pete finally has somebody that's not talking shit about his athletic ability?
Yeah, him and Pete can relate. They're just trying to get girls. Also, searching up what this villain's powers was, they had like a whole wiki page just dedicated to him with numerous powers. One was no need for oxygen. Apparently, he's not breathing anymore after that.
I could see his breath the entire episode.
What was he doing on that shower curtain?
He was breathing heavily. Why else is he just staring at the shower
curtain? I want to know why that's on the wiki page.
That doesn't make any sense. You could see his breath the entire time.
Why is it on the fan page?
That's silly. Take it down now.
All right, dude. So that was cool. Like I said, okay episode.
Somehow we made it a long one.
Yeah. You know, it's just great when you have many things to talk about.
Again, this was our first date. I think that's where, like...
I do like the first date.
Yeah. Like, I just think, like, that was a big moment. And the fact that he freaking did magic.
He brought the deck of cards.
He brought the deck of cards.
Who knows if he bought them, too, beforehand.
He definitely did. He goes, I can't wait to show this in front of Lana.
He's probably thinking, like, what would be so cool to do to Lana? X-ray vision? I'll save that for later.
I'll pull that after.
Oh, wait. I'll pull it with my magic.
I'll pull it after I insult her.
It's like in, what was it, Chronicle? When they do the talent show or magic show. And he's using his powers.
Chronicle is a messed up movie.
It's great, isn't it?
It's what I would do with my powers.
Become the villain?
Dude, are you kidding me? The guy who's like coming up behind me with the car, honking the horn. Bye. Off the cliff.
See ya,
Boom.
bud.
Oh my god, you just killed him. So what? Guess you shouldn't have gotten close. It was raining.
That's what I'm talking about. Don't honk at me.
Yeah, it was raining outside. He slipped on the road.
Oh, man. All right. So, yes, thank you for sticking around. Next week we have episode 6, Hourglass. Don't recall this episode by the title, so we'll see what happens whenever I watch it.
Share, like, insult us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We want everything that's bad.